Popularly known as Lady Zamar, is an award-winning singer, songwriter, academic and philanthropist. Having started singing at the age of 6 years old, her musical inspirations run deep, with one of her biggest inspirations being Tracy Chapman. Her introduction to mainstream music might have been through the release of a monumental collaborative album, Cotton Candy, with producer DJ Junior Taurus. But fans began to put face to name as Lady Zamar began to create her own identity in 2016. Following her formal introduction into music, Lady Zamar went on to be awarded the Metro FM nomination for Best Duo Album and the South African Music Award nomination for Best Dance Album and Best Duo. Lady Zamar has a new album in the works and joins us this morning to tell us more. It is so nice to have you in studio. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. I'm reading Tracy Chapman there.
Yeah.
And I mean, tell me about her performance at the Grammys.
It was insane.
What did that do for you?
It was weird because it was like, this is the woman that I listened to since I was 3 years old.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
And now, so many years later, I'm just like, she still sounds so amazing.
She does.
And she looks so good. I hope I can sound that amazing.
Me too.
One day.
And to have an inspiration like her and working towards something like that is aspirational. I was literally having tears in my eyes listening to that performance and the meaning behind it and how she's sort of, you can see she's evolved and I think that's where you are trying to go, is to evolve as a musician and an artist. Talk to us about that.
Well, I mean, you start off kind of not knowing who you are in the musical space. All you know is that you're talented. And I think as you grow into it, year by year, song by song, you realize that there's actually something you want to say to people. You know, there's a way you want people to perceive you, and you try by all means to communicate that in your music and to live that in your life. And that's basically where I'm trying to go with my new project, where I've evolved, I've become someone different, and I want people to see that person, to hear that music, and to appreciate this version of me right now.
And this version of you may be the closest version to who we are going to get to know, because I mean, I have read that, you know, some of the songs that you've done before, you kind of just did them to stay in the public's mind and to stay out there and kind of be relevant. Wasn't necessarily what you would have wanted to have done, but you did it because, you know, I have to. Yeah,
I think with Royal Flash, which was the EP in the middle there, I just was like, I haven't put out anything for such a long time, let me just put out something. But as soon as I put out that EP, I realized that music has to mean more. You know, it cannot just be something that you're doing for numbers or for, you know, being on some kind of algorithm. You have to create music that means something to you so that it can mean something to other people. You know, so with Rainbow, we're very intentional about each and every song. We're very intentional about telling the story the right way so that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, each song is still the God-honest truth.
And I love that because you were just rehearsing now, just so quickly, and I heard literally one line that you were, did you know the line you were saying? The words, what was it?
My mother taught me how to speak my truth, and my father warned me never to accuse. This is a man's world.
That got me. I just sat there, literally that's all you said. And I was like, okay, this girl's going somewhere with this album. And I know you don't want to dwell in the past. I don't want to go there with you. But I have to, in a way, go there because I don't believe that things don't, I mean, you've been through a lot, but I don't think those things are missing from what you're going through now. No. Because that has shaped you.
Yeah,
and how has it shaped you?
I mean, you first come out of a place of this weird hyper-confidence of, I've just got here, I'm so excited. And you experience this devastation in your life. And I think a lot of people go through that. You start off very early, successful, and then something bad happens. And you have a choice, actually. It's like a crossroad. You have a choice. Am I going to let this bring me down, or am I going to rise and learn from this? And I've learned so much. And one of the sad truths is that we live in a world that has got constructs that are already set in stone. And you cannot change them in one day. It has to take time, and you have to do it together. And as an artist, I feel like I can do it one song at a time. You know?
I love it. There's an image I saw, and in fact I saw it yesterday. It's of two men on top of each other, and they're building a tunnel. They're crushing through an ice tunnel, and the one is much further ahead. But just as he's about to get to the tunnel and get the prize, he stops and starts walking back. The other guy is chopping away and chipping away, and he's not going to stop because he's going to get there no matter what it takes,
100%.
and everything gets in your way
Yeah.
of getting there,
Yeah.
except you're the one that can push through.
You're the only person.
You
yeah.
are. And besides that, and this is something that really got to me, because I can't imagine losing my voice or so. I mean, that's what defines us,
Yeah.
is our voice, and that's what we
Yeah.
do. But for you, it's even more so because that's your profession in terms of
Yeah.
singing. So you've undergone all this voice surgery. How has that been for you? I mean, that must have brought you to another level.
Yeah, I think what people don't understand, especially about anyone who uses their voice as their career, is that to a certain level you almost attach your identity to that, you know? And having that almost compromised the way it was because of everything else that was happening was one of the most heartbreaking moments of my life, because I thought to myself, I can't sing. I can't be a speaker one day. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it really took a toll. I think I was getting through everything until the doctor said, well, your voice is about to be, you know, destroyed, so you have to go through these surgeries. And it took about 2 years to fully
Wow.
recover. And it was a very depressing time. But we got to the other side, because yes, I did have the option to give up. I
Yeah.
did have the option to say, I'm tapping out. But I didn't, because at the end of the day, like you said, we are the only people that can push ourselves. There's nothing external to us that can propel us. It has to come from within.
Yeah, and it's a sin not to use this gift that you've been given.
It is a sin.
Even though it may have gone through a bit of trouble, but it's a sin. You were given this God-given talent, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, you've even written
you.
children's books.
Yes,
Hey,
I
so
have.
while you were sort of going through your recovery,
I was
children's
like,
books?
yeah, I was like, let me try something different, because I am a writer.
Yeah.
I mean, I started out studying literature, and I majored in theory and in English, and I was like, the career that I've chosen, which is music, has kind of slowed down everything else. Since
Yeah.
this is now slowed down, let me write, you know? So I wrote this children's book called Amara Goes to the Olympics. I also wrote this other book that we never published, but we're going to publish. I'm also currently writing another adult book for adults.
Adults only.
Adults only.
Whenever you say that, it's like, okay, 50
Yeah.
Shades of Grey, here we
It's
go.
going to be the first of its kind. I
I
promise
love
you.
it. Go for it. That's amazing.
Yeah, so
okay.
that
So
was great.
this is the book. The album is coming out in April.
Yes,
Okay.
April the 19th.
That's so exciting. So I know you've been teasing us and giving it to us, and we're loving the look. Looking forward to the sound that you're going to provide for us. But we're so glad to see you.
Thank you so much.
Coming up, rising up, and doing incredible things.
Thank you so
And you
much.
keep going. You keep going. Just keep on going. Keep
I
on
will.
going.
I'll get that big rock one day.
You will, you will. Hey, on the other side of the ice, we'll remember it, we'll do it together. Lady Zamar in studio with us this morning. She's going to be performing for us. She's got a new album that's coming out, and the album is entitled Rainbow, and that will be out soon, and we'll be able to hear it, but she's here to give us a little bit of a preview. So we'll get her ready, we'll get the microphones in. I know that that's coming shortly. I'm going to say goodbye to you, and we'll see you again bright and early on Monday morning.